Over the past week, I was fortunate enough to get a key to get into the Alpha 2 playtest for Pax Dei. In this playtest, dev teams have specifically stated that they would like players to test out the PvP, the new crafting and building additions, as well as the durability feature for the new tools. And while so far the game seems like it has a lot going for it, has a lot of cool ideas, the world is huge and beautiful, Unreal Engine 5 is amazing to play in, and so far the game doesn't really seem too buggy. All of that said, it feels like the game is missing the mark on what it is trying to be. Now, I'm not 100% sure what exactly the devs have planned for Pax Dei, but in its current state, the game has very little systems in place to be considered a social sandbox MMO. Right now, the game is more like a survival MMO, medieval survival fantasy MMO, where you have the option to interact with all these different people in your survival game, but it is entirely optional. I know, looking through the Discord and looking through their posts, it seems like their only incentive right now in order to communicate and cooperate with other people outside of your immediate party is the crafting, as well as the difficulty of the enemies. In other words, in order to defeat enemies, you need to gang up. In order to craft high tier items, you need to seek out other crafters that have mastered their skills in these RuneScape type skills, crafting skills that they have implemented in the game. And to me, those two reasons to reach out to other players does not seem like enough of an incentive to be considered a social sandbox MMO. I mean, if we check their marketing description, for quote, it says Pax Dei is a social sandbox player-driven MMO experience. A little bit onward, it says, from picking flowers to skinning a basilisk, deciding war or peace, and so on. These things feel like they could happen, but do not have the capability to be done well. In its current state, it feels like these could happen, but it has to be done through player volition, with zero systems in place to help it come to the forefront. What I'm trying to say is, if a party of friends like my friends, 6 people, hop on, we have no incentive to join a war. We have no incentive to help other players craft. We have no incentive to build a community. And so, in order for them to say the game is a social sandbox player-driven MMO where you can decide war or peace, it doesn't feel like a game where you can decide war or peace in any way unless you roleplay it out. So I hope in the future they have systems and plans in place to create these things, to create a vassal system, to create a political system, to create a way of maybe paying taxes, enforcing laws, a way to build up towns together so you can create shops and begin creating communities within this social sandbox experience. Because I, like many others, would love to see a game like this flourish. A social sandbox MMO is an extremely unique experience, an extremely unique idea, but it is a daunting game to create, a huge game with a lot of many facets that people desire to see, things that they are promising that need to come to fruition. And in its current state, the game seems like it is only a fantasy open world survival game with a lot of different players you can meet, but nothing more. I really wish the devs would give a clear idea of what systems exactly they want to add, what they want the game to look like when it is on full release, because from my research in the Discord and on the Steam page, I don't really see anything outlining specifically what they want the game to be like when it releases, except for the small description which I've been quoting. So yeah, Pax Dei Alpha 2, promising. Devs seem like they know what they're doing. I really hope for the best with this game. I want it to come out. I'm excited for it. And this is just my general feedback for the social sandbox MMO experience.